Are you guys able to hear me? Yes? Okay, my friends. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Want to thank everybody for being out here this morning. Briefly, want to just kind of cover what we're going to talk about. It's what I call the forbidden words within network marketing. We were having a conversation last night. It's just funny how when you get together with certain folks, you start talking about things and certain things come up. And I started talking to Rex about these forbidden words. He said, what is this forbidden word stuff? Now, I know that I've covered it with some of you guys. You may have heard this, but if you have not before, what I'd ask you to do is take some notes. Make sure you take out, your notepad or paper and pen. There's at least 5 words that I will share with you guys today in what I consider or call forbidden words. Now, the reason that I like doing this training and talking about forbidden words is because number one, we're talking about conversational marketing, right? So when you're dealing with conversational marketing, many times we obviously have to know exactly what we should or shouldn't be saying. And some of those things are typically not covered in a network marketing fashion, but they are covered in a direct marketing fashion. So I was sitting down talking to Rex and Ricardo and stuff last night. And I said, well, why don't we go and teach them a little bit or talk to them a little bit about these forbidden words. These forbidden words, like I say, come from a direct marketing aspect. However, when learning what these words are and how they should not be used, it's important no matter what sales environment that you're in, whether it's online or offline, that you understand that these particular words really have no significant value in the marketplace when you're dealing with the sale. Now, for those of you that don't know me or you might be brand new here, some of you may know that I deal with sales psychology, what actually makes people tick. On a conversational level, it's important, again, that we have certain dialect and words that we would say and certain words that we wouldn't say. So I just kind of want to cover those with you real quickly. I'm not going to be very long or long-winded, but I do want to explain a little bit about these specific words and why we don't want those in our vocabulary. So the first word I want to cover with you and talk about is the word please. So you could write that down if you would. P-L-E-A-S-E. Now, many times, especially if we're inexperienced network marketers, we tend to want to use this word please in many regards. I myself personally like to tell people, don't use the word please. Think about the word please itself and what it simply implies. Whenever I hear the word please, it's almost like begging, right? So we don't want to go out there. We don't want to say, please, can you take a look at my link, anything like that. But we want to try not to use that word please because it simply, again, implies that you're begging, right? So please is what we consider a forbidden word. Now, when you're dealing with this thing we call the sales, so to speak, please is not one word that you want to have in your vocabulary. The next word that I want you to write down is the word thank you. So believe it or not, although, our parents said, hey, we need to be polite when we're growing up. If somebody does something for us, we want to say thank you. In fact, thank you, believe it or not, is what I consider a forbidden word as well. If you're out there and you're legitimately helping other people, there should not be a thank you coming out of your mouth. In fact, if you're helping somebody, that thank you should end up coming out of that person's mouth that you're helping. So you never want to say the word thank you. However, you can write a dash off to the side instead of saying thank you. I would do the word thanks, THANKS. So if you ever feel inclined to say the word thank you, instead of saying thank you, simply say thanks, and it's a lot better alternative than saying thank you. Thank you itself, you're thanking somebody for something that they've done. 9 out of 10 times we as network marketers want to say thank you to people when there's really no sense in the word of saying thank you, right? So please and thank you are the two top ones. The next one is sir, S-I-R. Now this one's really important because at the root of the word, when you call or talk to somebody and you say, hi sir, one thing that a lot of people don't realize and understand is that just by that word sir, what we end up doing is we put ourselves what's considered or called subservient to that other person. Same thing with ma'am, so you can write both of those down, S-I-R for sir and M-A-A-M for ma'am. Those words you don't want to use either, right? If I say sir or I say ma'am, automatically what I'm doing is I'm putting myself subservient to somebody. Now in the sales world, we have to have confidence in exactly what it is that we're talking about. We have to know our product. We have to be a product of our product. And we also want to be very careful not to call people by sir or ma'am. The biggest thing that you really want to try to do is talk to somebody by their first name. See, it's been shown and true that we've been conditioned to respond to our name since we were itty bitty babies, right? So if you get the chance, what you want to do is you want to do what I call give to get. And in that aspect, what you're doing is you're giving your name to get theirs. So I would say, right, do a handshake, say, hi, my name is Robert. When they grab my hand, I'd look at them and say, and you are? Now, once they give me their name, I want to address them by their first name. It's very important to do this because, again, we've been conditioned to respond to our first name since we were children. So if I'm across the room, you've got your head turned the opposite direction. If I call your name, you're going to respond because you're conditioned to do that. So we want to try to make sure that we get the person's first name and use their first name in all circumstances, right? And the last word, the fifth word that I try to have you guys write down for forbidden words is the word basically. Now, I tease Rex about this all the time and other people as well. But the word basically really should not be in our vocabulary either. In fact, I don't know why that word's even there. Because if somebody tells me the word basically, it simply implies that they don't know exactly what's going on. Well, basically, it works like this. You're really not sounding very sure of yourself, right? So instead of basically, you can put like a little dash and write down the words, here's how it works. It's real simple, right? So instead of saying please, you're just going to ask for something. Instead of saying thank you, you can say thanks. Instead of saying sir or ma'am, you use what's called give to get technique so that you can get their first name. Then you respond to them by using their first name. The word basically should never be used at all in the context, especially in the sales world. Instead of saying basically, if you need an alternative, you would want to say, here's how it works. It's real simple. Now, the reason that we wanted to do this again is because, like I said, when we're dealing with conversational marketing, one of the biggest things that people come to me and talk about is they don't know what to say, right? So we want to try to help you guys, teach you guys what to say as well as what not to say. And by knowing what not to say, you won't say forbidden words and end up saying things that you really don't need to have in your vocabulary. So it's a quick, short, sweet, to-the-point kind of training and stuff. But write those words down, please, thank you, sir, ma'am, basically. Those 5 forbidden words, you want to do everything that you can to get those out of your vocabulary when it's dealing with a one-on-one sales type environment, okay? So do that. Eliminate them from your vocabulary. Speak clearly, speak confidently, know your product, be a product of the product, and you should see some better results just in your conversational marketing alone. So that's it, Rex. Short, sweet, to the point, buddy.
Right on. I got to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Because
I can.
Let me try that again. Let me make sure you guys can hear me okay, because there was a bit of an audio issue there at the beginning. So just a real quick check. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good. La 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 la. All right. Somebody give me a quick yes if you can hear me. You can hear me on your computer?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good. Okay, the Blakester can hear me and Ricardo can hear me as he studies his computer diligently across the way with this intense look in his face that says 95 people are going to join my business today, and they probably will, because if you guys haven't had the opportunity to listen to Ricardo teach it, you guys are missing out. This guy's a rock star. So, based on what Robert shared with us here today, you know, we've talked a lot recently about, you know, it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it, and there's more truth to this all the time, and I'll be the first to step up and admit that words like basically, I mean, that's like been my Achilles heel for a while, so it's one of those things where I now command my subconscious mind to eliminate the word basically from my vocabulary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What Robert shared with us today is incredibly important in terms of every method of communication that we use on the internet, whether we're using a chat feature in Facebook or IBO Toolbox to converse with other network marketers, whether we're creating videos and doing workshops and hangouts and conference calls for the purposes of connecting with our list. What we say and how we choose our words will have an impact on your overall conversion, okay? Especially in direct sales. You know, Robert comes from a direct sales background. He's very good at what he does, and there's a big reason why. You know, we sat out here till 2 o'clock this morning, and I listened to him and, you know, absorbed what it was that he had to share with me, because, I mean, he only just scratched the surface this morning of, you know, this teaching that he's going to be providing to us through the academy. Because we were talking last night, many of you have heard me say this, you know, one of the coolest trainings, I to this day, you know, I think it's probably tied with my favorite training from all time, which is actually in the academy. It's the email marketing video from Frank Kern. There was a video from David Wood that I believe was one of the greatest training videos I'd ever seen in terms of how the development of becoming a communicator takes place. And it's easy to come to a workshop, sit down, listen, and take notes, but without the application of what Robert shared with you this morning, it's not going to serve any purpose. So back to the Dave Wood training. It was a video training on video marketing, and he said something in that video that I think about every day as an online marketer, and obviously I talk about this all the time. You have to be willing to start, and you have to be willing to not be good at it in the beginning. He made it very clear in that video when it comes to developing your skills as an effective communicator, that there's going to be a process that you have to go through to get to where you want to be. And that process, he challenged us, you know, to embrace was 90 days of one video per day. And this is pretty much how he worded it. He said, you're going to do a video a day, every day for your first 2 weeks. And you're probably going to suck at it. Okay? And then you're going to do another 2 weeks, and you're going to suck at it less. Okay? You're going to get into days 30 to 45. You're going to start to get a little bit of a groove, probably even start getting some views on your YouTube videos. Okay? Day 40, day 45, you're starting to get a little bit of a following. You're starting to get more, I don't want to use the word comfortable, more familiar with what it is that you're doing and getting into a zone with it. Day 50, you're going to probably start collecting email addresses and maybe even getting some signups in your business. And you keep going and you keep going and you keep going for that period of 90 days. Many of us refer to that as beast mode or ruthless aggression. And he said at the end of 90 days, if you do that every day for 90 days, you will become a master communicator. And you will. And I took him up on that challenge when he issued it, and I started doing video after video after video. And I've been doing videos for quite some time, but I wanted to get better and better as a communicator because I understand the value of that in terms of leading a team. And part of becoming a master communicator is to practice exactly what the Blakester shared with us this morning. Okay? It's becoming a student of the game, taking notes, and beginning to utilize these techniques when you're talking to people. Okay? Back off on these words. Eliminate them completely in certain situations, especially business situations. Okay? And if you do slip up and use it, make a mental note of it, and next time you'll get it better. Okay? One of the things that I still work on, and for those of you that follow me on the internet, okay, the word okay, okay? I say it a lot. And it's one of those things that I have to consciously think about and work to eliminate. Do I still do it? Yeah, I still do it. Do I kick myself for it? No. Do I stop doing the videos because of that? No. Did I stop doing videos because I went into 90 days of beast mode, sat my butt in the chair and ate unhealthy and put some weight back on that now I gotta go and shed again? No. I keep doing what needs to get done. Okay? I have a business. It needs to be run every day. And that's what makes this work. Okay? You really have to develop yourself in such a way that this becomes your priority, that your focus becomes clear, and that you have a daily plan of action that you can follow along with that's going to serve you day after day, week after week, month after month. Okay? The Academy is loaded with scripts and tools and resources you can follow right now. Okay? And if you think what's in the Academy is cool now, you guys haven't seen anything yet. All right? It's going to be probably Wednesday of next week when we begin to release the new, professionally produced step-by-step video series that walks you from the very point of being brand new to the world of internet marketing all the way through step-by-step where you need to go. Okay, it's going to be a fantastic training series when it's all said and done. But the information remains the same, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that we do is included here inside of the Academy as Ricardo Rodriguez sneaks around behind me in there. Look at this dude. Look at how you talk about dress for success. I got out of bed this morning, threw on a clean t-shirt, went in, got all, did what Rex did, and I come out here and here's Ricardo at the table, like, all right, let's go out here and crush it today. There's a lot to be said about that too. So, dress for success is very important, especially
Wake up with a purpose.
when you're working, you know, with people. And like you said, wake up with a purpose every day. Have a purpose, have a plan, know what it is that you need to do, and execute that plan. Just like we talked about yesterday. Then I'll make sure that a copy of the plan that we put together yesterday goes into the Academy in the AHB library too. We have a lot of cool new stuff that we're going to be uploading there today, so I'll shoot you guys a quick email and post on the message boards here as soon as those are uploaded. All right. So we're not going to keep you a real long time today. We're getting ready for our first ever Mojo marketing party here, getting food ready. We got people going to be showing up here. We're going to be hanging out by the pool. I know some of you that are watching this workshop right now are probably going to be headed this way this afternoon. And there's Ricardo with a big teddy bear. And teddy bears are incredibly important when you're closing deals, because the key question to ask any teddy bear when you're closing a deal is, teddy bear, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well did you like the presentation? Very important that you do that. Okay?
Teddy bear says 11.
I'm messing with Ricardo. It says 11.
Teddy bear did.
Oh, okay. Man, I like hanging out with you guys. This is so much
the word
fun.
okay is okay.
The word okay is
It
okay?
is okay.
All right. The Blakester says the word okay is okay. But even still, I think it sounds dumb coming out of my mouth, so I'm still going to try to eliminate it. But anywho, Blakester, you got any closing thoughts? Any words of wisdom? Ricardo, you want to jump on and say anything?
Well, it's not so much
eating.
you know,
He catches
closing
me when I'm
thoughts
eating.
so much as it is, you know, just understanding, like Rex is saying, you know, when you come to these workshops and stuff,
You got it.
little by little you're going to learn these things, but you have to implement them, right? It's just like Rex said, you have to have them as part of your repertoire. You know, if you've gone and you've written down those forbidden words and you catch yourself saying them, you have to catch yourself in order for you to eliminate them out of your vocabulary. You know, a lot of times the biggest word that people get caught up on is that word basically. So I really like to drive that one home, because if you say basically and you remember this training, you're going to be like, oh, I said that word. The more that you catch yourself saying stuff that you shouldn't be doing, the more it's going to trigger for you to actually remove that out of your vocabulary. So, got to practice, 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 practice.
I got one last thing to say.
All
right, one last thing to say. Success is, happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you're happy. We love what we do. That's why we're successful.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day, everyone.
All right, guys and gals, we will see you again at 3 p.m. Eastern time today, where we're going to be broadcasting live from the party here. We're going to have a couple people pop in and say hi, and maybe share some testimonials. We're going to do a 10-minute blitz this afternoon, where myself...
Q&A, ask me anything.
Okay, and Ricardo says you can ask him anything. Okay, so for Ricardo's 10-minute blitz this afternoon during our workshop... Yes, ask him why he wears his watch on his right hand. During the 10-minute blitz this afternoon, you can ask Ricardo anything during his Q&A. Robert and I are going to step up, and we're going to jam out 10 minutes of amazing content for you guys. And we're just going to have some fun, want you guys to feel part of this. And then the actual Marketing Mayhem event starts tomorrow. We're going to be shooting video, talking to people, interviewing people, and bringing you guys all of this information. So stay dialed in. And if you're in the Orlando area and you would like to come hang out with us today, all right, let us know. Leave a message in the box. Send in a help desk request through the Academy, and we'd love to have you guys come out here today. If you're in driving distance, or we're going to be here all weekend, guys. So if the spirit moves you, you want to jump on an airplane, come down here and hang out with us. We got plenty of space for you here, and we'd love to have you down here. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up for now. Thanks, Ricardo. Thanks, Blakester. And thank you to Robin and Tamara, who have masterminded a lot of this stuff here too, have bought us food. I mean, they brought in a boatload of food for us last night, and it's been amazing. So
Virtual partners.
everybody's having a fantastic time here. Kenny Bop's out in the pool getting his swim on, so come come on down, guys. Come on over. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun, and we'll do our level best to show you guys some cool stuff. See what we can do to get things moving in the right direction for you. So, again, have a great afternoon. God bless you, and we will see you again live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye for now.